Hey guys, it's me Speedcubing Central. Today I'm going to show you guys how to find a cube lubrication setup that works for you. And what I mean by that is how to choose lubricants that work for you. The reason I wanted to make this video was because I realized setups are very personalized for cubes. I was originally going to create a video about how I like to set up my cubes and what lubricants I like to use, but I realized that's very personalized and may not necessarily work for you. This also leads me to a problem that I see in the cubing community, which is where people always ask fast cubers what setup they use, but setups are personalized. Just because a fast cuber uses a certain setup doesn't mean you'll like it. This is exactly the same reason why Felix uses a GAN XS or Matt's Volk uses a Volk cube. Next up now I'm going to go over where you can get lubricants. I recommend getting lubricants from specialized cube stores because they make lubricants that are built for cubing. They've been tested for cubing and they're much easier to apply, so you'll know they'll work and they're very hassle-free compared to using other things that are not meant for cubing. Next up, I'm going to specifically tell you that I recommend the Cubicle to get lubes. And the reason I wanted to talk about the Cubicle is because I feel like they have some of the best lubes in the world. And if you don't have access to a Cubicle, they have actually lubes exported to other cube stores, which may help you be able to get access to them. As for some of you guys who don't live in the US, shipping might be expensive, so that can be how you can get Cubicle lubricants. Now, let's get into the actual details on how to get a lube setup that works for you. So what I really recommend doing is to imagine the cube you're going to set up and imagine what problems you have with it. Oh, the speed is too slow, so I need lube to make it faster, etc. Try to imagine those things. And think about what type of lube you can use to make it better. Next up, take a look at the lubes available at the Cubicle and see what lubes fit the problems you have. So first let me explain the lubes a little bit on how they work so that it'll be easier for you. So I'm going to start off with silicone lubes. Silicone lubes are weighted 1 through 5 on the Cubicle. So what this means is that 1 is lightweight and 5 is heavyweight because of how viscous it is. Heavy lubes are more viscous, and what this means is that they'll last longer and they'll also have more of a drag and be slower compared to light lubes, which are the opposite. This is why for people who lube coarse, they typically lube it with higher viscous lubes. Next, I'm going to talk about the premium lubes that the Cubicle offers. There are a lot of different premium lubes that do different things, and the names aren't very self-explanatory always, as it's harder to tell what they do, which is why I think it's really awesome that the Cubicle recently created this new infographic that tells about the differences between the loops. So I recommend you check it out. It'll tell you about the viscosity, speed, all those important things, which will help you to better understand the difference between the loops. After you get a better understanding, now what you can do is take a look at what loops you think can help with making it better. And what I mean is making your cube better to your own setting. For example, if your cube is too fast, you can get some compound X to slow it down, compound 10. Or if your cube's too slow, DNM 37 or Lubrical Speedy can help speed it up. So yeah, that's basically what I really recommend doing. Next up is to understand how loops work together. And what I mean by that is that you have to understand that it's okay to mix loops sometimes. And what I mean by that is not like physically mix, but you don't have to just use one loop. For example, you can use gravitas and dignitas and then put DNM on top, as you can see. So that's basically how setup works for lubricants. So I hope you were able to learn from this video, and thanks for watching.